Welcome to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we are stripping away insecurities and judgments to reach in for the essence of who we are, Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving. I'm Simona Spark, a best-selling author, international speaker, transformational coach, and so many other things. Beyond anything else, I'm a woman who stopped following other people's rules and started creating my own. I am so excited to invite as a co-host someone whom I'm not only fell in love with and admire, but also I'm inspired and fascinated by him, his stories, and the way he sees the world. My significant other, Tim. Welcome, babe.
Thank you, Simona. I'm excited and a little nervous to be invited into the Bear space. I'm so inspired by you, the first person I've ever dated whose biography I can read. You've become my lover and my muse, and I'm looking forward to exploring what we have together. So a little bit about me. I'm an explorer of life, a yoga teacher and musician with a side gig saving the world. That's me.
Wonderful. In this season, we want to talk about taboo topics through the lens of two people dating, redefining romance while living on opposite sides of the world.
We decided to do so as we go, so we can capture the raw moments in the present and share them with you.
Please join the conversation by leaving your comments, insights, and questions in the comment box or DM us on Instagram at Bear Lifestyle Show. Thanks for listening. Okay, I'm recording this. What are you saying?
You know, we can't always be like on this kind of like excited edge all the time, right? And quite often in relationships, when one person's up, the other person's down, and you know, vice versa, and it sort of kind of balances out. But sometimes you're both kind of on a downer.
Well, that's the reason I don't want to record now, because like I'm down, you're down, and I'm like, I'm not feeling
it. Yeah.
And you're like, let's do it. So now we are here. We are live. We're recording.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's the point of the podcast. It's like to, you know, be authentic in this relationship. As we are, rather than trying to present something which is, you know, maybe inauthentic.
Yeah, you're good. So celebrate even when you don't feel it.
Even with decaffeinated coffee.
Decaffeinated coffee, and I got lemon water. That's where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, well, actually, one of the reasons I was in a bit of a kind of funk was because my coffee machine wasn't working properly, and then it spilt everywhere and made bad coffee at the same time because somehow the filter paper had gotten tucked in, so it kind of like poured the water outside the filter paper and not through it. And then I had to improvise with the kettle.
I mean, and you're right, like those are the little like shitty things that could just throw one off.
Oh, right.
Or for us ladies here, like the monthly cycle that is just like, okay, why am I not feeling the excitement? I have no reason besides that, so I'm gonna just put it on that.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes I'm manstrating.
Yeah.
You know, which is just like I'm in a bad mood for no reason. I can't get out of it.
I think we match our monthly cycle somehow.
Yeah, well, yeah. God, I've been in that one
so far.
So this week, you know, I mean, it wasn't a heavy week at work, but there's a lot of up and down, and you know, and it was somehow emotionally draining, and somehow being in a long distance relationship, you know, made it more so, because like it's like you know, having to time conversations at awkward times, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, lunchtime, when there's people trying to get in my meeting room, and that's like you know,
Yeah, and they're feeding on each other, isn't it? Like having a bad day with not being able to have a conversation at the same time, or the other way around. Like this morning, I was annoyed. I'm like, oh, I missed my opportunity to talk with you. But then it's like, but I slept 10 hours. Obviously, I needed it. But it's like this, I can't be fully grateful that I rested because I missed the chance to talk with you this morning.
Yeah, well, I knew that you were probably sleeping. I knew that there'd probably a very good reason why you didn't ping me first thing in the morning. And I thought, it's either because for some reason I've offended her and she's not speaking to me anymore, or she's sleeping.
Why you even think about that? Jeez.
Well, because I don't know.
Right.
But it's interesting though.
Ghosting you.
Yeah,
not responding to your text.
Like, talk to the hand.
What's interesting?
Well, it's interesting that so this is the first time since I've known you that we haven't been like on a up energy note.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a kind of like
true.
So it's good to be able to at least see each other in that mood.
So is this a coincidence, or is this goes into the deep connection when it's just we are alone at the same time, or it's something to be revealed in time?
I think it will be revealed.
So we are not making any drastic conclusion based on one isolated circumstance. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because if we were together in the same place,
I'm pretty sure you could find a way to lift up my energy.
Yeah. But also the other thing too, it would be obvious, Also, you just go, I'm not really in a good mood right now. I'm just gonna, go and watch TV or something.
Yeah.
And you'd go, oh, okay, fine. But because we have to timetable our meetings, as it were, then there's kind of pressure on to kind of talk to each other.
Yeah, I don't want to miss it,
And also present ourselves in a certain light.
I don't know about that. If I'm putting work into that, like with you, like you get me where I'm at.
Yeah, but it's like I'm feeling comfortable enough to be in a bad mood in front of you.
True. I mean, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
And you make the point when I say I don't want to record anything today.
Yeah.
So lead the way, because you wanted to record.
Well, I just thought it would be good to capture us when we're not in a really super high mood, and say it's okay to be like this. But I think it's good to communicate what you're feeling like, and either not try to present a face when you're not feeling it, or just kind of soldier on. And sometimes it's best to say, let's not talk for the next 2 hours.
Right.
Normally.
Yeah. And I had that before. Like, I'm just having a bad day. I'm just gonna go be on my own. Don't bother me. It's nothing to do with you. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right. And most time that didn't work. So I'm hoping that would work in time. At least in this new relationship,
Yeah.
But I practice that a lot in dating, actually. Like not compromising, and not necessarily compromising, but not pretending that I'm okay when I wasn't, or that I like something when I didn't. or that I'm interested when I wasn't, regardless if it was about the person or the topic of the conversation, or so it was a good practice to say, it's like, yeah, that doesn't interest me.
Yeah, it is.
So that's what you get now.
Yeah. It is good practice, actually.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we went through few relationships. We all, not just me and you, but I think everyone, every breakup hurts regardless what was the reason. And then some of us choose to intentionally go and heal those wounds. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's a bittersweet journey. Or at least it was for me, like through dating, because now I'm like my vision is so sharp to see the red flags and just turn around and walk away. But then there's those days when it's just like, God damn it, like there's no man left on this planet that I could actually have an interesting conversation, so it's kind of like hopeless and lonely. But then I don't know, pick myself up, like, just fuck it, I'd rather be alone than be pretending for someone. It's exhausting. So
sure, I think there's a difference between maybe pretending to be something you're not, pretending to like things that you don't like, and which I think again is about being aware of oneself and being authentic. And then, like, the minute something isn't right, going, that's it, I'm done, walking out, just walk away. Okay, just walk away. So in that latter scenario, there's just total lack of patience or tolerance or stamina for seeing things through that aren't perfect, in order to experience the good.
Well, you make a good point there, because I did ask myself quite a few times, am I seeing things too much in black and white? Am I no longer have patience to work through things? While, I was like, I want to learn how to, and I talked with you before, like how to live with the man, So, but, and I don't know, probably I'm there, probably I'm not there yet. I have no idea until I'm going to be in that space. But at least through dating, what I've decided is to like the main, how do I want to say this? The main filter, if you wish, was if this person is interesting in healing, in growing, in evolving. Because if they're not, and I'm so much into this work, then I absolutely see things in black and white. I absolutely see that this potential relationship has no future whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I decided that I'm willing to work through things and issue with someone that, okay, like all the check marks, right? Connection and chemistry and all that, but someone that doesn't think like, I'm done, I'm all good, this is it, I don't need to work on anything on myself, like that. No. So I want to be with someone that is looking into expanding and growing, and also taking the chance that while we both want the same things, you take a chance that this growing and expanding could happen in a different direction or a different speed. And that's, if that happened, that's what I'm actually excited. Like, how do we navigate that? Because that's what probably working on the relationship makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you start it all with compromises, then working definitely feels like work. And I like, no.
So I think, so I think there might be a difference though between, just to take this to an extreme. You've got somebody who is like, you know, take me as you find me, you know, I am where I am, that's it, you know, I know my faults, you know, take it or leave it, kind of person, who's not changing, not evolving. Or there's somebody who is fully evolved, doesn't need, maybe is very, very content, well established, and fully aware of themselves, and maybe even enlightened.
Well, I never met anybody like that yet, so I don't know how that's like.
Yeah, I don't count myself as somebody like that, but there are people out there like that. They're just very content, very content, they are sorted. And then it's you that's changing relative to them, rather than them having to change as well. So the direction is one person here and the other person, you know, evolving around them, or there's both people going like this.
Yeah, and that's what I'm able to see so far. Like just being on a personal journey of evolution, and you know, nobody goes like steady on a pace, you know. You move slow and then fast and slow and fast, and it doesn't mean that your partner moves into the same rhythm. So the work again is to find the rhythm of the relationship, not necessarily the rhythm of the other person. Because if I want to find your rhythm, then I forget about mine. Or if I'm asked you to adjust to my rhythm, then I'm asking you to not follow yours. So I'm more interested in discovering and exploring, like, can we look at this like relationship having the own rhythm, and then I'm in more and you're not, and then you are in more and I'm not, because it's depends on what we are doing individually. Does this make sense? It's so clear in my mind.
So rather than like two clocks ticking away at their own pace, it's more like a pendulum. So the pendulum is swinging between two extremes in between.
Yeah, but even more than that, I would like to think at a, I don't know how you say it in English, but I'm going to say it in Latin, because pretty much it's the same, like perpetuum mobile.
Perpetuum mobile, perpetual
There
motion.
Yes, because it's kind of going with like, that's the relationship, right? But it's like, who's feeding that? The two people, they're feeding in at different times and a different, but it's like, it has a rhythm. I don't know. Or yeah, I mean, we could go crazy with metaphors, but you look at the time, you know, it's like 6 o'clock and it's 9 o'clock for you. We are like obviously on two different times, but together here and now, we are in the now right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the present.
Where we are in the different times and in the different days.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings a little bit of excitement to me, to discover and explore and learn and navigate how to find the rhythm of our relationship.
Yeah.
I think we are doing it now. We have been doing it for the past month. But was more around specifically time.
Yeah.
Mainly. Maybe it was other elements that I'm not aware of, but I know for sure that was supposed, you know. around the time that we meet and talk.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm feeling a bit more cheered up now.
Right. Not a bad conversation to have.
Oh, it's a good one.
Well, there you go.
There we are.
It's exactly where it's exactly what I was saying, that the two could be down and one just to see a opening and just pull the other one through it.
Mm.
And I think that this is it. Like, we find the rhythm for this specific circumstance.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. So I like to close on a high note, as higher we could bring it today.
Yeah. Exactly.
How do you want to close?
No, that's good. I think that's a good place to leave it.
Well, thank you for pulling me into the rhythm.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers to everyone. Go ahead and have a beer experience and be okay with having a different rhythm every day.
Yeah. It's to it. Different rhythms.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. Please follow, rate, and review your favorite episode and share it with your friends.
We'd love to hear from you. What inspired you, what triggered you, and what interested you. We can't wait to have you back.
Till then, be Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving.